Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Another day, another drama channel drama, and today we're going to be talking about part 2 of the aftermath of the thread that In Line with Elli put out that people are now believing to be false. So we're going to go over what T-Trigger has to say, how it came about that people believe that it is false, and everything that has come out since then. If you have not seen my previous video on the thread and discussing that in detail, I will link that up in a card up over here, as well as down in the description box down below. I would highly suggest going to check out that video so that way you understand what all of this drama is about. And also stay tuned for my next video where I will continue on talking about even more drama that has happened since all of this has come out. Alright, let's go ahead and jump on into it. So all this popped off the other day when T-Trigger tweeted out, "I'm sorry. I apologize. Je m'excuse." Sorry if that's not right. My French is not good. I did not take French. And then 7 hours later, Tea Time tweeted, like, seriously, we're all like family. And like family, there is love, fights, and sometimes hair pulling. Don't ask us about what's going on with our family. We gon' be alright. Now, after Tea Time did put out that tweet, they did also say that this has nothing to do with the thread, but it kinda does, because when all of that drama that was happening with Rich Lux came out, and everybody was attacking the other drama channel saying, you need to address this, you need to make a video about this, we don't care if you're friends. But now since these other channels are fighting, people are telling them like, oh, well, you need to address it because you were telling us that we needed to address it. And they're saying, well, no, we're not going to talk about it because we're family. It's literally the same thing. So the fact that you were mad that they weren't making videos about Rich Lux, of course they're going to turn around and be mad when you're not making videos about your friends or family, as you put it, because it's literally the same thing. Elli tweeted, wow, what the hell did I wake up to? Elli's thread finally being outed as being a lie. Trig helping perpetuate the narrative. Cold tea, but I'm glad the truth is finally out. And the reason that Elli said that is in response to a tweet that T-Trigger put out that said, that's when I decided to tell the truth. We participated in a witch hunt because we were convinced and manipulated into believing lies. That's my fault. I should have done my own research. After you left the group, I should have reached out. T-Trigger replied to Elli and said, nope, try again. And then a Twitter user by the name of Kismet started a thread about the whole situation, so let's go ahead and jump on into that thread so we can see all what was said. Since at TTriggerYT wife seems to have a problem with my subtweets, let me address her directly. I don't know who the you think you are to try to tell other people to tell me to delete my tweets. Don't like what you see? Block me on all your accounts because you probably have more than one. I never interacted with you, nor did I want to once I saw how you showed the minute two popped into the scene. My tweets bothered you, but your behavior didn't. At least I own my, unlike you who tried to play stupid and deny who your subtweets were really about. I never cared about you or your little friends to try to take y'all down. I knew y'all be each other's downfall judging by how careless and messy y'all were being publicly. Especially you. It took you less than a week to ruin your husband's reputation. Congrats. The reason you don't trust anyone is because you can't be trusted. All the manipulation and lying and scheming finally caught up to y'all, huh? Oh, and for the record, I didn't need to go on a smear campaign against anyone when y'all's behavior speaks for itself. There's no need to lie when there's clear evidence of all that y'all have done. There's no need to lie when the truth speaks for itself. So tell your buddy that their diagnosis was wrong. The only thing I ever did was warn a mutual that y'all's behavior was going to create a lot of backlash. Because y'all were showing and being very problematic. And I was right. Funny because you literally became the very thing y'all were trying to call out. And at a much faster rate, you see. The difference between you and me is that I'm not a coward, nor do I have to manipulate or lie my way out of a situation. Next time you have a problem with anything I tweet, close your eyes. Unfollow me. Block me. Delete the app. I don't give a... It's my account. I'll tweet whatever I want. T-Trigger replied to this one and said, since you didn't DM me, we were all asked to keep an eye on you and DP in the new group chat. It wasn't us that had an issue with your subtweets. I would say ask Elliot, but we all know she's going to lie about what really happened. Kismet then replied saying, y'all really think you guys are the only ones keeping an eye on me? I don't give a... Who does? That's why my profile is public. The audacity of your wife and Sev to try to get me to delete my stuff after all the crap Sev did? Nope. Let's face it. Your wife likes to start stuff she can't finish. What concerns me about this tweet is that it says literally like we were asked to keep an eye on you and we told people to keep an eye on you and somebody else in the group chat. It's like, these are full-fledged adults. Like, why is anybody keeping an eye on them? Are you afraid that they're going to be leaking information about people talking about other people behind their backs or what's going on? Because if you're supposed to be one giant big friend group or one big happy family, you shouldn't be needing to keep an eye on people that you're supposedly supposed to be trusting. So clearly there was a lack of trust within this group, and it's starting to clearly show. Kismet then continued on by saying, "Why would I DM you when I'm addressing your wife? If she can run her mouth about me, she can run her mouth to me, publicly. Won't be dealing with none of you privately. She clearly advised Sev to ask someone to reach out to me about it. Stop trying to fight her battles." T-Trigger replied by saying, "Elli asked people to get you to stop subtweeting. Elli did, not Sev or anybody else. Ugh. Whatever. Believe what you want. I'm not playing this game. Y'all are way too invested in this." Kismet then replied saying, "Receipts say otherwise. Y'all knew what would happen if and when I found out about stuff pertaining to me. You can't possibly be surprised. How about instead of playing the blame game, y'all just take accountability for the y'all did and said. Grown adults blindly following orders." Now, I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes with this group, but to me it seems that there is somebody who is running the group that is giving orders for people to do things or to say things or to make videos about, but that's just my opinion. Alright, let's go ahead and keep on going. T-Trigger then replied saying, "Kismet, I'm taking accountability for my part, but you have to understand that people have been manipulated into believing their narrative. I'm sorry." But with this statement from T-Trigger, I am confused because I don't understand what part he's taking accountability for. I have not seen him address what he's taking accountability for, so to me, it's just still up in the air. Is he taking accountability for the supporting of Elli's thread? Is he taking accountability for his video that he made on the Here for the Tea situation? Because he has since taken those videos down, so they are no longer up. So I don't understand why he says that this isn't pertaining to that thread or those videos or that entire situation, but yet you have taken down those videos and you have yet to say why. So I feel like if T-Trigger would make a statement and address why he took down those videos, it would help clear a lot of things up. But again, that's just my opinion. Kismet then continued on by saying, "All of you are at fault. Those involved and those that stayed silent and allowed it to happen. It's all fun and games until it's time to own up to, huh? Because then it flips into, y'all are too sensitive." T-Trigger then replied and said, "No, it's not all fun and games until I have to own up. I believed her and what she was saying. And when I realized that, that is when I decided to say something. That is when I decided to tell DP what was happening. I kept asking her to tell the truth, and she didn't want to. That's when I decided to tell the truth. We participated in a witch hunt because we were convinced and manipulated into believing lies. That my fault. I should have done my own research. After you left the group, I should have reached out." And again, this is the tweet that has everybody believing that this whole Here for the Tea doxing series and thread was not true. Now, if you would have easily stated what you were talking about, it would have helped clear a lot of things up. So I don't understand why we're still keeping it a secret and how you're being manipulated, because this is now like a public thread, and if you would just tell everybody what was going on, because literally it's public, it would help clear up a lot of things. So I don't understand why you're just not saying what was going on. T-Trigger then continues on by saying, "It was always someone else to attack or another fight to pick. That got old and that's how the manipulation was shown. I don't want anything to do with both of them. Both lied to all of their quote-unquote friends to further their own agenda, and I got fooled." And then T-Trigger said, "And y'all too invested is not about you, sorry. I'm talking about the ones that are way too invested in wanting to take down drama channels, to be able to be the top dog. I don't want to take anybody down. I want to make funny edits and make people laugh. And I should have listened to the people that warned me about her. I didn't, and that's my fault. I know better than this. I'm sorry." Now, the whole point of these drama channels, like what I do, is to hold other people accountable for what they say online that are larger channels and larger creators. So I don't understand why the words like attack and pick a fight with are even being used. You can do a video and show the facts, show the tweets, talk about everything, and do it respectfully without attacking somebody. You can point out what somebody has said that you don't agree with and do it in a respectful manner and share your opinion. So I don't understand why it has to be a fight or why it has to be an attack. Tiny Yoda then replied and said, "Elli said these actions were carried out with Here for the Tea's knowledge. Are you aware if that is true or another lie?" Now, as of recording this video, no one has replied to that tweet, but Elli did say in her thread that she was in contact with Sam, so Sam knew that this thread was happening and that all of this was going down. T-Trigger then continued on to say, "I agree, and I accept my fault in this. This is why I'm distancing myself, because I realized that what was happening was wrong. I realized that we were being lied to and manipulated. I'm sorry, Kismet, for this. Okay, and that is the end of that thread, but we have another thread coming up. But my thoughts on that thread are, it's something that could easily be cleared up. Clearly there's some kind of manipulation, some lying that's going on, but nobody is willing to come forward and say what it was. You could literally clear up everything by just saying, here's what we were lied to about, this is what happened, this is why we are no longer talking to this person, but instead everybody is closing ranks to try to save face, and it really just isn't helping. It's making everybody in that group just look like they're untrustworthy. So hopefully they can get it all figured out and get everything sorted out, because right now it's just a giant mess. Okay, so after all this happened, T-Trigger then put out his own thread trying to discuss some things, and here's what he had to say. Okay, Cabin Fever crew, my falling out with Elli has nothing to do with her thread on the doxing. What happened to Here for the Tea happened to her, and the people that supported her doxing documented themselves online. It's pretty obvious who supported this harassment. Using a separate falling out to try to clear your names is disgusting. Nice reach, though. I had a falling with Elli over a separate situation. The manipulation and lies have nothing to do with her thread. I don't know why Elli is latching onto the idea of me discrediting her. That's not what I did. We were friends, we are not anymore. Falling out with Elli is not an issue for all of you to try to spin or make up stories about what you think it's about. You're all wrong. What happened between Elli and I shouldn't have been brought to public Twitter, but I guess this is the drama community and we all love some drama. Out of respect of what happened to Here for the Tea, can you all leave her out of your narrative drama for once? Elli, we tried to explain to why we didn't agree with you anymore. You know it was never about your thread. It was always about your falling out with your friend, and people taking side and control issues. It was about me wanting to tell the truth as to why I blocked someone, but you said to say something sentimental so they didn't lose their... It's about you becoming the thing you warned us about. I would suggest that everybody that's a step back and think about what's really important right now. Think about your loved ones. We can use this time right now to argue and hate each other, or we can take this time to spread love. But do what you want. I, for one, need to concentrate on my work as we're about to get hit with a pretty catastrophic event. Don't let Twitter stop you from trying to enjoy your life right now. Elli, I wish you well. I don't want to fight with you. I want to have some peace, and I hope you find that too. To everybody else, good luck out there. About to get real. Now, hopefully they can all work everything out, but from the sounds of it, I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. But in regards to T-Trigger's thread and saying that this has nothing to do with Elli's thread, to me, I still just don't buy it, because literally you took down your videos that used all of her facts to make those videos, and I don't understand why, and you never said why. If there was nothing wrong with those videos, they would have never have needed to be taken down. So clearly, I don't know if the thread is false or if there's something wrong in the thread or anything like that. But to me, it does seem a little bit suspicious that the videos were taken down when clearly you said it has nothing to do with the thread. But my opinion, I just feel like something is up that you take those videos down. A couple people were not buying T-Trigger's explanation and commented under his thread, and this is what they had to say. You are no better in this situation. It doesn't matter if the thread is legit or not. You all have discredited yourselves by being messy. You are all just as guilty to run people off the internet. You are all just as guilty of all the same things you're calling others out on. And T-Trigger replied to this person saying, I run people off the internet? Who? And I will be addressing this tweet in part 3 of this series that will be coming out hopefully tomorrow. Another person commented, JFC, this is all getting so ridiculous. If you were in the wrong, manipulated or not, you need to take that L. Apologize genuinely like an adult and focus on the bigger stuff. Your tweet seems brash and like you're being bothered for having to deal with this publicly. And she continued on to say, I liked your channel because you were the least problematic and nice. Now you're rude and seem entitled and it's just gross. Figure it out. Don't hide behind what's going on in the world so you don't have to answer to what issues you've caused with your quote-unquote witch hunts. And I can completely agree with this person. When T-Trigger came out, I really liked his beginning content. I thought it was funny, and I even actually made it into one of his videos, and with the little captions that I put underneath my name, I thought it was hilarious. Like, his videos were actually really good, but then they started to take a dark turn when he started to do these investigations and then calling people racist and calling people anti-Semitic and stuff like that. And at that point, I was just like, nope, not gonna happen. Not gonna support this anymore. Like, that's not the kind of content that I want to be watching. And he said that he wants to go back to making funny edits and make people laugh. There's nothing stopping you from doing that besides you. If you let people manipulate you and lie to you, that's all on you because those are the people that you choose to associate with. So there's no one to blame but yourself. But then to go on and say, basically, I'm not going to be dealing with this anymore because we're about to get slammed at work because of what's going on in the world. Don't try to hide behind what's going on in the world when this is an issue that you caused. So I completely agree with this person. If you're going to be putting this stuff out onto the internet, you're going to have to deal with it whether you like it or not. But that is everything that I have for today's video, so I'd love to know what you guys think about the whole situation so far down in the comments below. Also, make sure you stay tuned for my video tomorrow where I continue on with all the drama that has happened since all of this has come out. If you like this video, please make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could hit that big red subscribe button and hit that bell icon and set your notifications to all so you'll be notified of every time that I upload a new video. Alright, that's everything for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!